If you could only have 5 types of guns, what would they be? It's nice to have a large stockpile of guns or a nice variety of different weapons at your disposal, but let's face it, guns are expensive, and for many people, having a ton of firearms just is not in the budget. Most preppers are just like everyone else, and they don't have unlimited resources like many prepping channels would have you believe. Now, the purpose of this discussion is not to sell you anything. I'm not going to recommend what brands you should buy. You need to make your own decisions in that regard, as budget and taste will vary from person to person. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and consider a basic variety of 5 different firearms that it's a good idea to have for survival purposes. So let's go ahead and get started, in no particular order. Number 1. A basic 22 caliber rifle. Your average 22 is light, cheap, and has relatively inexpensive ammunition, so it's easy to stockpile. Great for hunting small game and managing pest control, as well as being very easy to operate. It's also a great starter gun for young people. I would recommend finding a 22 that's easy to break down for portability, and I would also invest in a scope for it. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a basic scope. Number 2, a good sidearm, or more specifically, a reliable semi-automatic handgun. The pistol of choice for most people is a 9mm. Personally, I prefer a 45, but that is up to you entirely. It's going to be whatever you're more comfortable with. There are a lot of seemingly simple things to consider here, but they are actually very important. The overall comfortability and feel of the weapon, the weight, the number of rounds, the type of ammunition, and so on. It's a good idea to go to a practice range and feel out a few different types to see what works best for you. Most ranges will rent a pistol for test firing. I recommend taking advantage of that before committing to a purchase if you don't already have a dedicated sidearm. Number 3, a backup. Basically, a smaller concealable handgun that can act as a backup weapon for in case your main sidearm becomes damaged, impaired, lost, or you're just out of ammo in an emergency. Or if you need to go into a situation where your normal sidearm is too obvious. Something small, lightweight, and easy to conceal that can still pack a punch if needed. For this, I personally like the 380. With the right ammo, it can do more damage than you would think. Number 4, a 12 gauge shotgun. Absolutely the most versatile weapon on the planet in my opinion. There are literally dozens of different types of ammo available for this weapon for all sorts of situations. They are durable, easy to operate, and very intimidating to the opposition. I believe it should be the number 1 go-to firearm for home defense. Whether you go in with a traditional pump action shotgun or a semi-automatic, magazine-fed, or tube-loaded, it's entirely up to you. It's whatever you are the most comfortable with. Number 5, a rifle. A good semi-automatic, magazine-fed rifle. There are a lot to choose from in this category, but the main rifle of choice in the United States seems to be the AR-15. It's a good all-purpose rifle that has many options that make conversion, repair, and maintenance relatively easy. But although this is the most popular type of rifle, it may not be the one for you. An AK-47 may be more your style, for example. The Kalashnikov is surprisingly easy to operate, packs a hell of a punch, and runs dirty, which has many advantages. As I said, there are many options here, so don't just go out and buy something because everyone else has it. Do your research first. And you just knew I had one more for you, didn't you? Call it number 6 if you will. A good, solid revolver. Call it backup for your backup. A revolver is simple and reliable, and it always does just what it's supposed to do, which can't always be said of semi-automatic pistols, which can sometimes be complicated, get jammed, get worn out, or can be difficult to operate if they get dirty. Just something to consider. So I hope you found this list interesting. If you have anything you would like to add to the list, feel free to post it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up, always appreciated. Share the video if you can and subscribe if you are new. Remember to check out some of the other videos for more interesting content. If you would like to help out this channel, there are links for that down below. Doesn't happen all that often, but every little bit helps and it sure is appreciated. That being said, as always, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.